People often have the misconception that the word furry only has one singular meaning. They go along ignorantly thinking that a furry is just some, human in an animal costume who likes doing sexual things with other humans who also wear an animal costume. Or they think it has to do with a human who likes animals sexually, but that in itself is called bestiality, and all furries aren't into that. So just to clarify, bestiality and being a furry are two different things. They're completely different, actually. But they can be clumped together, of course. Like, for example, a person who is a furry, in this example we'll use like a furry that is a fursuiter, can love animals, but like any normal person, they won't be romantically or sexually attracted to the animal. This is like how many people own and love pets, but of course you don't sexually or romantically like them, right? Now, for the second example, we'll just use a creepy farmer, because that's what I always think of when the word bestiality comes to mind. Now, a person who is into animals sexually and romantically, and acts on those feelings by sexually assaulting an animal, is a zoophile, which is what we call people who are into zoophilia, which is another word for bestiality. So just don't confuse furries for zoophiles. Now, the legitimate definition for the word furry is broad. The word does have multiple meanings, and a furry can be a human who enjoys dressing as an animal. But so far I haven't came across any definition for furry which states that a furry is a human dressed as an animal who likes to engage in sexual activity with another human who is dressed as an animal as well. That's called yiff or yiffing. It's a fetish, if anything, but being a furry isn't a fetish. It's like being an emo. People just want to wear something that they like, whether that is all black or a fursuit. I can't judge. A furry falls under 3 categories: animals, enthusiasts, and our peers. If you actually searched up the term furry, you'll find probably many good and bad sources where you find real and biased definitions for the word. In general, because the word has so many representations for itself, your own definition of the word furry can't actually be anything but your opinion, unless you actually acknowledge and understand and take into consideration every definition for the word at all times. Now, like I stated, a furry can actually only be 3 things, and the first would be animals. It used to be that furry only meant something that was covered in fur, or a small fur-covered animal, typically a rodent. The second legitimate category for what a furry could be is an enthusiast, someone who loves animals, whether that's normal animals or anthropomorphic animals, or however that's pronounced. And last but not least, we have the our peers. Furries who are our peers hide behind their own furry persona, which I'd say is their animal representation of themselves. Whether they're hiding behind a fursuit or a character which was drawn, I can't say that I dislike any furries, but I'm not into real-life yiffing or zoophilia. It's cringy and disturbing to me, to say the least. People often confuse aliens or bug characters as furries, but aliens and bugs aren't in the same category as animals, so they can't be furries. However, I guess if the alien has a lot of hair, or fur, or feathers, you can call it a furry, just like you could call an unnaturally hairy person a furry due to so much body hair, but to me, it just wouldn't make sense. Although it'd be a good joke. Well, I hope you understand what a furry actually is now. Just remember not to confuse the word furry with the word zoophile. Don't confuse a furry for a zoophile. That's it. It'd make you seem ignorant, and, that's all for now. Bye!
A message from the Ricks and Mortys keeping it alive. From the Ricks and Mortys that believe in the Citadel to the Ricks and Mortys that don't. You're outnumbered, you're outnumbered. They're threatened by what makes us unique. I see it everywhere. You're outnumbered, you're outnumbered. Now is the time for action. I see it everywhere. You're outnumbered, you're outnumbered. We're too busy fighting each other. I see it everywhere. You're